everybody, today I'm going to show you how to create a Minecraft server. I will be covering everything from the start to the finish. So I guess let's dive into it without wasting any more time. So first of all, you gotta make sure you have a good PC that you're going to run this on. I'd recommend to have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM and at least an i5. 4 and an i3 is okay, but I mean, like, I wouldn't recommend it. Or maybe if you have like 5 players, then it's okay. So first of all, you gotta go to create a folder anywhere you want, and you have to paste these 2 files in the folder of your choice, which will be down in the description, by the way. I will be using a 1.12 server as it's because I don't really prefer like newer versions. So so if you take a different version, you have to open the run.bat file and change the version number. This name has to match this one. It has to be identical, not a single letter difference, or it's not going to work. So if you want to assign more or less RAM, you can do this, and you have 4 gigabytes, or you could just type this, which is also possible. So you have to run it now. And it's going to say loading libraries, please wait. And then it should like crash, which is Amelia is going to like crash, like you see. And then you have to go to the EULA and change the false to true if you agree to the EULA, of course. And then you have to run it again. Now you can just you can just open Minecraft and go to your version of choice to start preparing everything. And as soon as you see this, you can go to your Minecraft, and then you can just go to and you have to type Minecraft server or whatever you want. Minecraft YouTube tutorial. And you want to type localhost 25565. And then you should be able to correctly join. And here you can opt yourself. So we are running a Spigot server right now. Like you see, our server's online. So everybody on our local network can play if they find their IP address. So what that means, if you have like a friend coming over and you have 2 computers on the same network, you have to find your IP address from the computer you are running on, and then it's still on port 25565. So let's say I'm not sure what the IP address is on my computer. So to check that, go into settings, network, and then scroll down to internet and click this. Scroll down and you should see your internet. So it's 60.0. And so anyone on our network can use this to join our server. So like you see, we are currently on our server, and for some people this will be the end, because you can play, you can do whatever you want. So from now on, I'm going to show you how to get external access so people outside of your network can join, and how to install plugins. So let's get started. So let's stop our server and close Minecraft. So our server has just shut down. And now what you're going to want to do, if you want external access, there are multiple, like seriously a lot of possibilities. I would go I'd recommend GoDaddy. They are not sponsoring this video. I seriously just recommend them. It's so easy and simple. They have great support, and you can find your domain, and let's say I have no idea. I mean, like, I own this domain sort of. You can buy domains, but you can also pay like a few bucks, maybe like $10 a year. I already own a domain called, but it's an XYZ domain from this. So, like you see, I own this domain, by the way. Um, what you want to do now is there are two sorts of IP addresses on your public network. For public, so you have static ones and dynamic ones. Most of you guys probably have dynamic ones, but some of us have static ones. So if you're using dynamic, your IP address changes from time to time, and that's something we definitely don't want to do. So if you have a static one, it's pretty easy. You can just go to your router. Of course, this is different for every single person that exists. I mean, like, every router has a different interface, and you can just create a port forward to your server. But then it's just going to be like your IP address. Yeah, I know, like, so yeah. Let's get. If you have a dynamic one, I'd recommend you to use this software, which is I actually use it myself. So you have to download it for Windows, and you can just go back and put a folder right here called, yeah, you can call it everything you want, of course. So while my download is busy, we'll wait a little. My internet's so slow today. Okay, and you want to drag this file into your folder. Now you want to create an account. So, I mean, like, I already have accounts, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So, let's say this. Let's log in. Oh, wrong password, oops. There we go. So, now you have to scroll down and you see connect your account, and you have to copy this entire thing. And now you go to command prompt. You should be in your users folder, so you have to type D there, and then go into your folder where you saved it, in my case my desktop, and then you can go to your folder where you just dragged the ngrok into, and now you have to paste this, and it should see hot token saved. So when that's done, you can just type, and yeah, this is it, and this will be your public address, so everyone can join using this address. Like you see, I am going to do this right now, by the way. So now everyone can join. Oh, not expected. What? Okay, once you have fired up your server, you should be able to join using that address. So like you see, now I'm using an external address which anyone can use. So now, of course, if you want a professional looking server, you don't want to have all of that, like special port, and all that stupid stuff. So what can you do? So if your internet is never ever going to go, I mean, like, you have a very reliable power source and internet connection, and you will never close your anything on your computer and nobody will touch it, then it's because this. If you quit this, and if you do this again, like you see, we get a different address. So every time something happens, you get a different address. So if nobody's going to touch the computer, it's fine. And if you don't have a lot of players, I'd say, because this only allows like 40 connections an hour, the free version. So what I did is I upgraded to the pro version. Um, you can just go to here, and you can see the free version only allows 40 connect. Oh, it's 40 connections every minute, so you can have 40 connections every minute. I am personally using the pro version. You can have 60 connections a minute, which is a lot. You can have a reserved domain and reserved TCP addresses. But mostly this one's going to be fine unless like you're really going to like if you have a lot of restarts. I'd recommend to go with the pro version, and then you can have a reserved special domain. I can show you an example of one actually. So I am also hosting my server this way, so I'm going to connect to it. And like you see, I have this this static, if you can call it that, IP address. And if I try to join using that, I have access to my server. So it's your choice. It's optional, but if you're like going to have a lot of players, I would recommend it. Um, it's actually fully your choice. So once we are done, yeah, let's close this. You just saw that. Okay. So now if you want a reserved domain, I'd recommend GoDaddy, of course, and you can sign and you have to create an account and and you have to pay for your domain, or you can of course also just buy it, but it's pretty expensive. If you want to buy it, it's like 4,000, and wouldn't recommend you to be honest. So once you have signed in, you can sign in using Facebook, Google, and GoDaddy themselves. You should see this, and you have to click DNS. So now this is if you have the pro version, you have to type ping this, and then you can see this is the IP address of the pro version. But if you have the free version, you have this. So I am using the pro version, by the way. Apparently I had another this changes from time to time. So you have to click add, and you want to add a, and you have to type play points to yeah, the IP address at the time. So you have to type that, and then you have to click save. Then you click add an SRV. So now, once you have that, you have to type underscore Minecraft underscore TCP play your, and then you have to type play dot your domain priority 085. The port is basically this part of your is going. You have to this port is you have to enter it here, and you have to click save. Then you have to wait half an hour, something like that, and then you can just use this domain. And then after that, you should be able to join your server. So that's the part on external access. Now I'm going to talk about plugins. By the way, if you stayed for me for this long, you are awesome. So I'm going to close everything right here. And this, okay. So let's talk about plugins. So if you don't like it's just vanilla basically. So if you want plugins, I'd recommend if you go to Spigot, the website from himself, the official one, and go to resources. And here you can search anything you want. So, what should we want? The essentials. So you have essentials are seriously essential. by the way. So I seriously recommend to download them. So make sure the tested Minecraft version or the supported one is the correct one from the server that you are using. So I'm using 1.12, so you have to drag this file into the plugins folder, and you can run your server, or you can type /reload, which I'm not going to do on my server because there are special plugins that will crash it. So don't really want to try that out, to be honest. Special, yeah, because some plugins don't want you to reload and just fully restart your server instead. So once that's finished, you can go to your server. Now I'm going to have to change this again. So like you see, I closed it. So I'm going to have to do it again. I'll have another address. Oh, and 0 TCP 65. And I paste it here, and now we are here. And now you have the Essentials plugin installed. Your scoreboard is normally the same as your last server. That's completely normal. You don't have to worry. So now we are basically running on an essential one. We are using essential plugins. Okay, like you see, you can do all of this. So you can broadcast, like you see. You can feed, you can fly. I mean, like, if you are in game mode S, and if you are in survival and you have OP, you can fly using the fly command, and all of these command blocks. So let's do this, and you can type /heal, and it's basically, I really recommend the essential plugin because it has like a lot of the basics that you should expect, because vanilla server is nothing like you'd think. It's just a Minecraft survival world without any mods, or you can't even get plugins on the vanilla Minecraft server, by the way. So once you have done all of that, you should have a functioning server with and now you can go build a spawn. After you have done that, you should have a fully functioning server, and I have a lot of plugins, like, so if you want to join my server, the IP is in the description. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will answer them for you. I will gladly answer them. It's a better sentence. English is my second language, so sorry. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.